I'm Angel with Green Turf Pro. We're here doing a project in Eastlake. We're doing a front yard landscape project as well as a putting green in the backyard, which is pet friendly. Now, typically when my crew shows up, the first thing we do is we have our irrigation specialist turn on the irrigation to see where our irrigation is at. Typically it's set up under different systems for planter areas as well as the grass areas. When we give you a quote, it's full turnkey installation. We're not one of these companies that's going to nickel and dime you and charge you for every single sprinkler head that needs to be capped. We remove up to 3 to 4 inches of the existing earth below grade. We put down a product called Class 2 road base. Class 2 road base is everything from 3/8 size peat rock down to sand, allows for ideal drainage. What a lot of companies like to do is they like to use an inferior base material called DG, decomposed granite. This isn't the nice decomposed granite we see outside of desertscapes with the stabilizer in it. It's nothing more than dirt. Now, when you compact decomposed granite, it gets as hard as concrete. The superior Class 2 road base that we use has everything from 3/8 size peat rock down to sand, compacts at 93%, allows for ideal drainage. So now we've removed up to 3 to 4 inches of the existing earth. We've put down our Class 2 road base. What we like to do is we like to follow the natural undulation of the yard. You might have driven by artificial turf projects that have a really flat front yard. They look really fake. Let's not fool ourselves. All we're doing here is installing indoor-outdoor carpet. When I design an artificial turf project, I like to make it look as realistic as possible. So once again, we've removed up to 3 to 4 inches of the existing earth below grade, put down our Class 2 road base, tamped it, compact it. If it's a landscape project versus a pet project, we lay out commercial grade weed fabric. This is the same weed fabric that the NFL uses. If it's a pet project, we do 2 things. The first thing we do is we eliminate the weed fabric. Sure, the weed fabric's porous, rainwater flows through it, hose water flows through it, but doggy's urine has a tendency to get absorbed into it. That's when you could potentially get that funky ammonia smell. So we do everything we can to avoid that. Now we've secured it down. The turf we use comes in 15-foot goods. For instance, this front yard, what we do is we would take our turf and we would roll it out towards the street so the homeowners have a beautiful installation with more curb appeal than even before we got here. Now, we secure our turf with non-galvanized nails. The reason we use the non-galvanized nails is because when they get wet, they rust up a little bit. When they rust up, they expand, they anchor better to the base, they won't feed themselves out. What a lot of companies do to cut corners, especially right now with the COVID, is they use the cheaper galvanized nails. As Southern Californians, we all know that the earth is constantly shifting. What's gonna happen if you allow them to use those cheaper galvanized nails is they're gonna tend to feed themselves out over time. That's when you walk barefoot through the grass, stub your toes. Now, a lot of potential clients tell me, Angel, I have children, I have grandchildren, I don't want rusty nails in my yard. One of the final steps is to put 1.5 pounds of infill on top of the turf itself. What that's gonna do is mask those rusty nail hits, so we don't have to worry about them being exposed. It's gonna weigh the material down against the earth, hold the blades up nice and tall. Virtually maintenance-free after that. We are one of the premier turf companies with over 125 5-star reviews. We're actually the only turf company in San Diego can boast that kind of reputation.